Well, I've been going through this battle for 20 years, uh, 5 recurrences, and so I am tired, fighting the system, dealing with all the paperwork and, you know, sending stuff in, people not understanding what you sent in, things not being explained totally. And so that kind of stuff is just really, on top of everything else, is just mind-boggling. Being African American, knowing the history that African American people have with the medical field, and trying to sort through that and coming to things like this and realizing, wow, there's all that stuff out there that I should have been told, I should know about, things like patient navigator. Oh, what's that? I've never been told about a patient navigator, in 20 years, and having fired one oncologist and now not quite being happy with another one, those things again are taxing and things that you have to deal with. So on top of everything else, on top of dealing with your medications, paying bills, keeping appointments, then you have to deal with the whole idea of, is this because of who I am? And so those are the things that just have changed for me and make me kind of much more aware of what's around my circumstances and how to deal with and how to navigate them. The interesting thing for me was that I was never offered a clinical trial. My oncologist never said, let's look at some clinical trials. And I would think after 5 occurrences, at some point, so on one point you get blamed because there's not enough African Americans to do comparison studies because our bodies are different, but when there's not enough comparisons to do studies, it's like, well, African American people don't get involved. Well, if you don't know, I think if enough African American women knew that clinical trials may not only save their lives, but their children's lives and their grandchildren's lives, they would be more involved, But because we don't know, we're not invited to participate, that's what happens. So it's kind of like a damned if you do and damned if you don't kind of a situation.